Remember a time in your life that you lost hope? You thought to yourself, forget about it. It's futile. Why even try? Maybe it was the time that you lost your job or you failed a test. Remember that time you were working so hard, yet still struggling financially just to get by? Maybe it was a breakup or a divorce. Perhaps you lost hope when faced with a serious illness or the death of someone you love. I'm Jenny, and this little cutie is Hope the Bear. And although the name of my talk is Hold On to Hope, I'm going to have Hope the Bear take a seat because I don't want to look like a crazed woman up here shaking my teddy bear because I use my hands a lot. So Hope's going to have a seat right here. And stay. Moments and choices will either create hope or dissolve it. But your choices will define your life's outcomes. Let me share a story. That little blonde-haired, blue-eyed angel, my son. That's Gabriel and his best friend, Mitchell. And at this time in my life, I was a regional manager in pharmaceuticals, and I had recently ended a 10-year marriage. Yes, I was newly divorced, single mommy, sole provider to this 4-year-old little boy. Now, like many busy executives and moms, we have life things that get in the way, right? We have issues. Well, my issue was actually that I'd been having abdominal pain for 10 months. I went to 2 different doctors, and the 2 doctors were so quick to diagnose me with stress, right? That's so easy to go to. Well, I was busy, so I didn't think anything else of it, and I stayed with that diagnosis until I was forced to deal with it. I still can't figure out and imagine how I ended up in the hospital that night, in the ER. I'm sure most of you have been to an ER, so you know the environment. Sterile, freezing cold, zero privacy. The beds are lined up one by one with only a curtain that separates you to create privacy. Well, we all know that that curtain creates no privacy. You hear every conversation. You hear every word. You hear every diagnosis, especially the ones that end in tears. So this night was a really busy night. Doctors were coming and going. They were coming in, giving my different diagnostic results and different studies and telling me what we were going to do. 8 hours later, at 1 o'clock in the morning, a doctor I'd yet to see abruptly throws back my curtain, doesn't even make any eye contact, doesn't bother to acknowledge my mom or I. Head down, looking straight at my chart. You, Jennifer? So it looks like you've got metastatic liver cancer. Doesn't say another word. Dead silence. Still not looking at me. Me begging now because I've all of a sudden been given a death sentence that was not mine. Wait, no, there must be some mistake. I was told that it was my kidney that had died, and that was my diagnosis. The doctor again says in a very dismissive tone, still looking at her chart, your kidney is a moot point. You've got a massive tumor in your liver, and we don't know the point of origin. You can imagine, I'm sobbing uncontrollably. My mom bravely asks, her voice is shaking, what are her chances? The doctor finally looks up, makes eye contact, brings up her hand, and shows barely an inch of light between her finger and thumb. Those were my chances of hope. Those were my chances of survival. I begin reeling. I completely lose it. My mind is swirling. My heart is sinking. The only thing I could think of is this sweet little boy needs his mommy. I begin pleading with her. Please, asking for a different answer. You don't understand. I'm a single mom. I'm a sole provider. I have a 4-year-old little boy. My baby needs me. Life, as I knew it, would never be the same from that moment on, and what additional life that I might have ahead of me. Time froze. We'd been thrown into an all-out battle, an absolute war, and we had zero idea how to handle it. Imagine, as a mother, your biggest fear isn't dying. It's leaving behind my 4-year-old innocent child, my son, my angel, my Gabriel, who needs his mother here to protect him, to teach him, to guide him, to love him, and to live. The dismissive demeanor, the words that doctor chose to use, stole every ounce of hope from my heart and my mom. That day, I met my first hope taker and didn't realize what the power was behind that. I had given away my power. I had given away my hope to her. I used to be a college athlete. And within 2 weeks of that diagnosis, I was nearly bedridden. 2 weeks. I had 5 doctors in that time frame tell me, "You've got 6 to 12 months to live." Because of those words, and because of my beliefs in those words, my life force was beginning to fade. I was slowly dying day by day. My light was dimming. I realized I've got to take my power back. When I finally awoke into what was happening, it was time to make a change. Taking your power back, hope doesn't just happen, right? We have to take action. And that action is linking arms with people that are going to inspire you and be hope makers in your life, making healthy choices, positive thoughts, good energy, being around people that are inspiring. Link arms with those hope makers. And so I did. So after I was searching out different medical opinions, it was time to find a team, a treatment team, and it was a long journey. And I finally found my treatment team that spoke words of hope, not by telling me that I would be cured and survive, but because they respected and honored what I needed as a patient and as a mother and as this new tourist in this land of cancer. They addressed my needs, they addressed my fears and concerns. They filled my cup of hope and inspired me on the entire journey. I traveled for a year from California to Houston for intense treatment. Now, the last thing that you want to do when you're told that you have months to live is be away from your child. But big sacrifices had to be made in order for me to have any opportunity at survival. So, after a year of treatment, we transitioned our lives back, and I realized so many lessons came out of this journey. But the biggest one was what I realized when I saw the energetic effects between hope makers and hope takers, and the direct connection that it had on me and the effect that it was actually taking my life. Have you ever had anybody steal your hope away and perhaps put their own opinions and steal your dreams? Wake up to those people. Those are not the ones that we want in our circle. Words have power. They create beliefs. The spoken word is just as powerful as the unspoken word. Remember this doctor? The one that gave me half an inch of hope to live? What if she had said, "This is my chances of survival," right? The way you say something and what you say is just as powerful. Respect that. The reason I share this story with you today is because it could become any one of us. I want you to understand the power of hope within you, the importance of your purpose, and the impact of words. I realized this and took a really dark and scary word, like cancer, and turned it into two empowering and inspiring words: can serve. How does that shift your energy? Can serve. I believe we are here to serve one another in some manner. And having cancer awakened me to being in service of others. To me, children are our biggest challenge when it comes to cancer. They're the most vulnerable victims. No child should have to face a fight for their life. I, after having cancer, decided to make a complete life and career change. It was a must for me. And that's why I founded a nonprofit that helps with cancer called Along Comes Hope. We provide things to families and children that I wished for and needed when I was diagnosed. If I hadn't been able to afford to travel for treatment, I wouldn't be here today. No family should have to choose affordability over survivability when it comes to the life of their child. That is why it's so crucial to have the cost of travel and accommodations be assisted, which is one of the things that we do. We also provide emotional support programs to sustain them in this long journey, because cancer is a marathon. It's not just a sprint. And I bet this little Hope the bear looks a little familiar to you. So Hope the bear is our mascot. She is a symbol of hope. What's her mission? It is to bring hope and clear the path for adversity when people are facing life's challenges. She has been shipped to people all over the country, children and adults, and inspiring hearts all over. Shouldn't that be a mission for all of us? Because of hope, I'm standing here today with an idea worth sharing. Because of hope, I'm now over 12 years cancer-free. What will you do and be because of hope in your heart today? None of us know how many days that we have on this earth to love, to share, to serve our families and one another. It's time. Think inside. Are you in service or are you enslaved? Don't blame a clown for acting like a clown. Ask yourself why you keep going to that circus. So I invite you to surround yourself with symbols of hope, like Hope the bear. We can serve together and illuminate the path for one another to shine brightly. Let us lead with courage and always hold on to hope. Thank you.